All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Agentforce Decoded video. This is going to be a short one, but I wanted to highlight one of the features of Agentforce, which has been rapidly moving. In fact, I like to tell people, like when I first started hearing about retrieval augmented generation, I'll get into a little more detail on that in a bit, but mostly it was for our LLMs or the LLMs we were working on to be able to comb through our metadata so that they could be a little bit smarter and have more context. And I'll have some material out coming on that too. But now what we can do is use RAG for documentation that you may have laying around. So I'm going to do a very short version of what RAG is. We're also going to have a blog post on this coming up on admin.salesforce.com as well. But the short version is what RAG allows you to do is take unstructured data. So that's text files, that's PDF files. Now it's even music and video files. So unstructured meaning, it's not structured in a way that, an LLM has created its node-based layer or anything like that. It's also not structured in the way that we would have data cloud data or Salesforce data. It's what you would have in written material or created material. But using some really cool data cloud technology, we can simply upload PDFs and have those generated into unstructured data through a process called vectorization. And basically it maps that unstructured data in a way similar to how LLMs work, which makes it something that then your agents can access. And it's very straightforward to do. There's a few methods to do it, but what I want to show you today is the low-calorie version. The low-calorie version is we have created our agent. Now, this is Agent Goat. It is an agent we have been testing internally for the admin team. We'll go more into detail in him in a future video, but basically it's something that we use internally. So what I wanted to do was take some really important information and put it on our fingertips. So if you go to the data tab of your agent, you can create a new Agentforce data library right from here. And then you can also upload the files that you want right from here. Now, the kind thing about doing it right from here, as my wonderful colleague Kate Lassard pointed out, is you can set up an Agentforce data library on its own, but you're still going to have to come here into the agent on this tab and link it back to that data library, right? So if you're creating a brand new data library, there's really no reason not to just do it right here. Now, we're skipping a little bit of time here because once you upload these, first of all, they're going to upload, and then you have to wait for what's called the retriever, which is a thing that ingests that unstructured data and begins the vectorization process. You're going to have to give it a little bit of time, okay? You're going to need to let it convert that. It's not going to be available instantaneously. So upload your PDF, go grab a coffee, get a salad, have a little fruit juice, whatever. And then if we go back to our topics, you can see that we've actually created two different topics. And I don't want to say best practice, but one of the things that the topics are going to work better if you've got 15 actions or less, and I find 10 to be a very good sweet spot. So if we have divided it out between our custom actions here, which are going to talk to our custom data in very specific ways, versus standard actions. And so as you can see, well, I think they are all standard actions. And one of them that we want to make sure is answer questions with knowledge. And answer questions with knowledge, we'll use that data tab in order to question unstructured data. So here we go. We're going to say summarize Spring 25 release notes. Now I know Jen is hard at work coming through the current previews of the next release notes, so we're a little bit behind. But let's go ahead and click on that and let it work. Now, out of the things that in Agentforce might take a little bit of time, this is definitely a big one, right? Because remember, it is currently coming through that whole, 25 megabyte PDF or something like that, right? It's not small. So do not expect this to be a lickety-split kind of action. But at the same time, think about how much faster it might be than as a human having to go through, find the proper, sections of flow that are relevant, and then also going back through and combing through those, and then trying to document some kind of summarization to it. Boom. There we go. It gives us a lot of the updates. It gives us a little bit of information. This is something I could copy and paste right into a document. If, for instance, I was trying to update our team, as you know, as we do in things that are doing flow. So very nice, human friendly, very powerful, right? Because you probably have some documentation. Maybe it's a code of conduct. Maybe it's your end user license. Maybe it's release notes. You might have noticed on the previous page, we're playing around with what happens when we can search through our old blog posts. Like, this is kind of one of those interesting AI use cases because it kind of writes itself, no pun intended. So thanks for listening. Look out at admin.salesforce.com for more information about RAG and how it can make you more of an awesome admin.